got off to a great start today. I thought our defensive intensity to open the game was outstanding. There's always a little bit of a concern when it's your first time playing and you're in a dome and it's a different, just a different feel maybe than some of the venues we play in. And they had a game under their belt. They played great last night. We beat a very, very good Rutgers team. Steve Peichel, I'm a huge fan. I have tremendous respect for the job he does and how tough his team is. But I thought we did a very good job. We had two big concerns coming in, and that was rebounding the basketball. They out-rebounded us in the first game at their place. And then we had to keep them out of transition. And, I thought for the most part, we did that tonight. And then offensively, Io got us off to a great start. Trent, but it was our defense and our rebounding that were the keys. I can't say enough how nice it was to see all of the orange in the stands. Wow, do we miss them? And that was pretty impressive from our fan base, as always. I shouldn't be surprised, but it's nice to advance, and we've got a very quick turn as we play at 3:30 tomorrow, and regardless, we're going to get a great basketball team.
Okay, we'll start off with Jeremy Werner, Robert Rosenthal on deck, and Brad Sturdy in the hole. Go ahead, Jeremy.
Hey, Brad, kind of speaking on those fans, there are fans that I talked to that traveled, across states to come and see this team. How did you guys feel that? How did it impact you guys?
Well, it's really cool when you look up and I the sixth deck, I couldn't hardly see. I'm my age, I'm losing my vision. But I mean, there's people up there, and that's so cool to see. And it was nice to be able to go play in front of them. It's been a special year in terms of this group of guys and the character of this guys and how fun they are. And it was nice to be able to go play like that in front of them today.
Did this feel like to you a step towards normality or a step towards that eventually?
Yeah, it was a little better. There's no doubt. I can imagine what this place would be like if it was packed. But it was a really cool feeling. It had a different vibe. There's no doubt about that, Jeremy. And it's nice to get some fans back in the building. It was really enjoyable.
Thanks, Brad.
Hey, Robert, you're up. Brad Sturdy on deck.
Coach, I saw both Io and Kofi kind of play to the fans at one point in the first half. What do you think it was like for the players to have these moments that someone's reacting to what they're doing?
Yeah, I mean, those are the momentum swings that can happen when you got fans in the stand, and both those guys have a tremendous amount of charisma and personality, and they played to that.
I also wanted to ask about the rebounding. 44-19 is a little better than it was in December. You think that was your best rebounding performance of the year?
Well, it was such a focus. Miles Johnson had 6 offensive rebounds in the first game. Mulcahy, I think, had 5. They had 15 total offensive rebounds. And our guys were dialed in. One of the things that'll go unnoticed was Adam Miller's job today on Mulcahy. Really challenged him with blocking him out and hitting him every single time. And not in the first game, he kept 7 balls alive that led to 4 baskets. And that's a little thing that Adam did today that was really, really important for our success.
Okay, Brad Sturdy, you're up. Scott Ritchie on deck.
You may have already answered this a little bit, but what was the biggest difference defensively from the first time when you played them?
Kept him out of transition one. It had a different, a different feel. I think we put him on the line 35 or 36 times in the first game as well. Harper's a terrific player, young. They become a big isolation team at times. I thought first half we were terrific in just sitting down guarding the basketball. But you can't give teams like that easy opportunities off their turnovers. They're first in the Big Ten and steals. And we had one little segment in the first half where we pitched around a little bit, but for the most part, it was pretty good tonight.
You've got a quick turnaround and you play again tomorrow afternoon. What's the next 12, 15 hours look like for you?
Rest, film, eat, hydrate, recovery, and then push repeat and do it again. So yeah, I mean, ice tubs, recovery boots, and hydrate like crazy. We won't have a great idea here for a couple hours yet on who our opponent will be. We will watch personnel tonight, and then it's an early morning because we have to test. And so we'll get it handled.
Okay, Scott Ritchie, you're up, and then Marley on deck. Go ahead, Scott.
Well, Brad, just with fans in the stands, how much is maybe this team, and you haven't had an opportunity until tonight, but just have guys that can feed off that, and maybe you talk about the charisma, like to put it out there. How much does that maybe propel this team even more?
Yeah, I think so. I think it'll be a factor. I think as you move forward, I think that anytime you get some exterior motivation, it can be a factor. But it doesn't matter who we play tomorrow, Wisconsin or Iowa, they're going to have fans here too. And but it's a positive. It's not like it's a home game. It felt like it today, but there's no doubt you can create some great momentum from our fans.
So this was a game where Io asserted himself early. You talked about you just felt maybe there's a sense of urgency, knowing it's one and done from here on out. What did you see from him early to maybe set the tone for tonight's game?
I think he took the opportunities when he was there. We wanted to be aggressive, driving the basketball. They're in a very aggressive defensive team, and we just fought their aggression with aggression, and that was driving the ball to the basket, and Jacob got us off to a great start doing it. Trent got a couple easy baskets, as did Io, and it was just him letting the game come to him and reading it, and he's awfully good at that.
Okay, Marley, you're up. Brandon Simberg on deck. Go ahead, Marley.
Coach, I kept thinking about your freshmen in the way that this was kind of their first real college basketball experience with having a crowd in the stands. I mean, were you all the more impressed with Adam Miller and what he was able to do, given, kind of these first game jitters that maybe he had?
Nothing surprises me with this group because they're all really good players who've had different scenarios and been in different environments their entire life. But there's always that question mark: how are they going to react? Unfortunately, Bello got a couple of quick fouls, but Ace was he good, and he was good at both ends, and he checked every box tonight. He was fantastic.
And was it a proud dad / coach moment seeing Tyler hit the three there?
Oh, of course. We see that every day in practice because he just pisses the hell out of all of our starters when he makes those shots. And Tyler's a good player, and it's good to see him be able to knock one down. And he runs our scout team every day and does a great job. And his impact is just as monumental as Io's is in just a lot of different ways.
Thank you.
Okay, Brandon Simberg, Derek Piper on deck. Brandon.
Brad, tomorrow marks the first time that Illinois is playing in the semifinals of the Big Ten tournament since 2010. What does it mean to you to kind of break that 10-year streak?
It means we're headed in the right direction. I think it's fantastic. It's like I keep saying, it's where Illinois should be. It's a step. It's not the ultimate step, but again, I think we're a program that should be towards the top of this league year in and year out, and it's a great league. But I'm excited to put that and check that box and get rid of that one too on the negative side.
Okay, Derek Piper, you're up. Gavin Good on deck.
Hey, Coach, how much did this building provide motivation just knowing in a Big Ten tournament title here, is excited for the Final Four. Was there any extra juice knowing type of games that will be played here coming up?
No, I don't think there's any doubt, Derek. I think that, when you leave the hotel and you've got a police escort and you get that different feel, and, you look at the building and you go, man, this thing's pretty doggone big. And the games that are going on here and it's a different feel. And our guys know that.
What's changed for you guys to be able to sustain a high level of play from game to game, in your opinion?
In a crazy way, I think it's just the natural maturation. I think Io's facial injury helped. I think it put guys into a little bit of a different role. I think it solidified some things. I think over the last, it started way before that, but the confidence DeMonte's playing with, the confidence Jacob are playing with, I just think it's role identification, and we've become really good at that.
Thanks, Coach.
Hey, Gavin Good and Shannon Ryan on deck. Go ahead, Gavin.
Just one, Brad. It's clear that Io is so locked in and so focused, and you can tell in the way he answers questions. Do you think that mentality is contagious in the example that he sets for his teammates there?
Absolutely. I think everything Io does is contagious. And, I think that he understands. I made a comment to him, late in the game, because we were slow getting to a huddle. The game was over. It was decided. And, I barked at him. I said, it's your job to lead the other guys. Curbelo and that group have to learn. And his job never ends, but everything he does is a pretty good representation of what we want to be.
Yeah, it seems like you guys really came out with a certain type of edge and determination today. I'm sure a lot of it's just that, it's March now, but I'm wondering just, is there something pent up from last year, just something to unleash all that potential you guys felt like you had last year and then not getting to experience it. And now here you are with the chance to experience it. Was something kind of some unpent up energy unleashed today?
I think maybe that's a part of it for the veterans. I think that we obviously were playing great last year, and that was devastating. But I also think on a much more current way to look at things. I mean, this team's got a mission. They've got goals, and I think that it's been talked about enough. You take a day off and you go home, and so I think there's a certain level of focus on all accounts to everything you just talked about.
Okay, we'll go to Rob, and then we'll go Joey, and then Anthony. Go ahead, Rob McCullough.
Brad, it looks like you shot slightly under 30% from three, and Rutgers about 18%. So want to get back to my depth perception question from the other day. And my other question is are there any other things about the stadium that were less than ideal? For example, Trent slipped and fell. Some other teams have had some slips. Was the floor slippery at all?
Yeah, I didn't notice anything, to be honest. I mean, sometimes those things happen. They may be a little sticker or something on the floor. I don't know what it was, but no, I think this is fantastic. And obviously it's held Final Fours here before, but it's always a tad bit different shooting in a dome. There's no doubt. And but I thought our guys adjusted really well, and we got off to a great start shooting the basketball.
Okay, Joey Wagner, you're up, and then Anthony. Go ahead, Joey.
Hey, Brad, Io wouldn't quite let us in on the secret as to why you guys are so locked in defensively, but is there something these guys are doing outside of Oven that's the kind of the key to all this, or what do you attribute some of this to?
I mean, they've lived together for, it's 8 months now, 9 months. I don't know go back to June. And I just think there's really good guys. And Joey, that sounds cliche, but they're good guys that enjoy each other's company, and you become close and you develop a brotherhood. And we talk about family, and we talk about playing with a smile on your face and playing for each other. And man, it's these guys have really bonded that way. And it's just truly a tribute to their character.
what kind of mentality is required of them to come out and string these games defensively together like this?
I hope one that their head coach has, tough, and we get after their butt in practice and we work, and then it becomes habit, and you create a mindset that the game's easier than practice. And we dial into scouting reports, and we're getting really dialed into scouting reports now. We weren't making those mistakes early, and or as we were making so many mistakes early, it was hard to tell what our principles were. But we're dialed into those things now, and that's fun to see.
Then, if I could quickly, you're wearing a pin. Is there a significance to the pin on your shirt?
Yeah, it lets me in the gym.
Got it. Thank you.
Otherwise, I got to sit in the locker room here, and it's a big time locker room, by the way. The Colts locker room's fabulous, but if I don't have it, they told me I couldn't get in.
Interesting.
Yeah, the team and coaches have an entry pin for every session they play in, so that's what they have to wear to get in.
I've got a red badge as well that says I tested negative today.
All right, we'll finish up with Anthony Pascal. Go ahead, Anthony.
Hey, Coach, a lot has been made recently on social media about your post-game speeches and celebrations. What was the message to the guys after the game today? Was it more of a sense of celebration or kind of a job's not finished yet type of feel?
Job well done. Next. Real simple. That's why I'm in here so quick. That's why I was in here so quick. Got another job to do, and you in postseason play, you don't spend a lot of time dwelling on the past. You got to move forward and refocus. And those regular season celebrations, we'll have some at different times in the postseason, but it's on to the next now.